Hello guys, how are you? So, in our continuous tutorials for Revit professional certification, we have in documentation tab, the next topic is create and modify the footing schedules. And this case will be same as how we created and modified the column schedules. It will be same for both. Only the parameters will change. Okay, I mean the schedule parameters only will change, but the format will remain the same. The main important thing in the use of BIM softwares is to make the schedules and the documentation. Okay, so this is my footing plan. If I go to 3D, I just made only up to footing plan. I'll go to my foundation level. Okay, so I'm having my footings here with neck columns. So I need to make the schedule of these footings. Since I made very simple example, you can make different types of footings also. It help. If you go to structure, you can see here we have isolated footing which we have drawn here. These are isolated footings, I mean single footings. You have here wall footings, means you will be having continuous footings, and there will be a slab foundation, I mean the raft one. Okay, right. And there will be separate footings such as stepped one, sloped footing. Okay, all right. So now you can make schedules. If you go to project browser, you can see here there is one option, schedule quantities. If I right click on this, if you go to new schedule, now you can see I want to select from a filter list only the structure. If I select all, the more objects will come in my category list. So I don't want to create some nuisance, and I don't want to face problem while selecting my footings. So I just want to check structure, and I will go to my structural foundation. As you can see, if I close this, our foundation lies in this footing lies in the foundation tab. Revit. If I click on the foundation, you can see our category is structural foundation. This is very important. Okay, if I go to again schedule, you can see there will be separate things also like analytical foundation slabs, and I think there will be different types floors. Don't select all this, right? Just click on your footing or any element. If I select the column, you can see it lies in the category of structural columns. Not only columns, it lies in the category of structural columns, so you should select from the schedule only the structural columns. Alright, so I'll right click on my schedule and I'll make new schedule. I'll just select the structure. We'll go to the structural foundation. Now I want to give my schedule name as structural foundation schedule. Okay, alright, this is good. So our case is new construction. If I close this again, you can see if I click on my foundation, if I go below, so you can see our phase is new construction, right? But for the structural purpose, if there is no renovation of the building, if you are constructing a new building, every footing will be in the new construction phase. But in some cases, if you are expanding the building, some footings will lie. You will draw the as-built thing, and you will make certain new foundations, and you will make two phases. One is existing phase, one is new construction phase. Okay, but in some cases we will renovate something, so we'll, if the load, we have to increase this foundation to be from single or isolated footing to the step foundation or raft foundation. We will just change it, and we will keep this in renovation phase. So there will be three phases. One is existing phase, one is renovation phase, one is construction phase, that is new construction phase. So now this our building is new construction phase. So if I select all my foundations, okay, so for example, if you go to Revit, you can download this from Google. This is add-in for Revit created with the help of Python. So I'll click on the pick. I'll just go to pick. Now it will show me some options here. So there is no option for structural foundations. Okay, for example, I'll select structural columns. I'll just drag like this. I will be able to select only the columns. So now you can see my all columns lie in the phase new construction. Okay, there are now by inbuilt there are two phases, existing and new construction, but now my all columns will lie in new construction. Again, if I select all, I will right click like this. I will select, I'll filter. Oh, I don't know why. Maybe my foundations are lying below the level. Okay, so that is why I'm not able to select by dragging the my mouse. Okay, right. So you can see all my foundations again are in new construction phase. So again I will go to schedule and quantities. I will take schedule, and I will take from the structural filter list. I will select in the category structural foundation. I will keep my name as it is, and I will select only the new construction. If you select existing one, nothing will come because we don't have any foundation in existing phase. We have only in new construction phase. So I will click OK. So now you can see we have 5 options here: fields, filter, sorting and grouping, formatting and appearance. Okay, so field is very important among all. What we need for the structural foundation, you should know this. To create a document, you should give a proper document to the site or contractor so that he can make or construct the your foundation or your structural elements exactly as per your model. So see, because if you are making a correct model but you are not able to give the correct information, but you are not, I mean that you are not able to extract the correct information from your model, and if you have given the wrong information to the contractor, then there is no use of BIM. Okay, so you have to maintain your model correctly. So what important things are required to construct a structural foundation? Okay, we need width of the foundation. Volume, if you can give, it is good, otherwise no problem. You can go to structural materials. Already it will be in the concrete, so I'll not give. You can give perimeter, which is not important. Giving extra information is also will create misconception. Okay, we need mark here, we need length here. Okay, we need I need family and type. I need foundation thickness. Okay, I need count, right? Okay, and I need one more important thing is the level. Okay, all right. Okay, so now I will click OK, and with the help of these two arrow marks, you can see you can create and you can just move down or move up. So first I need the mark to be at the top, and next I need the level, then I need the foundation thickness, then I need width, volume, perimeter, length, and last count. So with the help of certain, if you don't see, if you want to create one parameter such as foundation width and foundation length, such, or you have given certain parameters to that foundation, so you can create from here by selecting new parameter, and you can just select the shared parameter whichever you have created in the family type. If you go to this family, if you go to edit, you can create one shared parameter for this family, and now you can click select, and you can select from here this parameter, and you can apply in the fields. Okay, so you can create some parameters by your own also. So now I will click OK. Now my schedule will be generated automatically. So you see here, as it is, whatever heading we have given, the same heading is here. Okay, so now since we don't have any mark, for example, if I go to top of foundation, I will click on foundation here. These are my instant properties, if I click edit type, these are my type properties. So if I go down, you can see in the mark tab there is nothing. Okay, that is why we don't have any mark in our schedule. Okay, we do have certain levels. Level is what at the top of the foundation, and what we have, the foundation thickness is 0.45. Okay, every foundation is 0.45, and every foundation width is 1.2 meter, and every foundation length is 1.8 meter. Let us confirm in the plan. If I go here, I'll press DI, and you can just measure 1.2 and 1.8. If I go back to my schedule, you can see here our width is 1.2 and our length is 1.8, which is very important for us. And the volume is not that much of importance. Okay, perimeter, he is not giving any perimeter. I don't know, maybe we don't have any parameter related to it. Okay, so let us remove this. So we have family here. You can see we have only one type of family here. Okay, so if you are having only one type of family, you can create only one row with total number of counts. There is no necessity in the schedule to create all of the foundation of same type, and you will create unnecessarily, you will create your schedule list more lengthier and more confusing. So how to merge all of these into one and get the total number of counts? Okay, so if you go here in the other things, if you go, you can see here we have sorting and grouping. So I'll sort this by family and type, and I'll check header and footer, and I'll not itemize the every instance. The meaning of itemize every instance is you are itemizing every instance separate. So I don't want to do separate things. I'll just click OK. Now you can see here we have, okay, for example, sorry, if you go to again sorting and grouping, again you have to just you need only the totals only. If you click here, I will go to again sorting and grouping. Maybe then by we have to just sort and group this by mark, but there is no mark. I will select the volume of the foundation. I don't know, maybe I forget sorting and grouping, filter, foundation thickness, skip one. Sorry, sorry. I thought we selected this, unchecked this item as every instance, but we did not uncheck this. Okay, so I did not saw this, right? Okay, I don't want to do anything with the volume. I just want to filter this family and type. I don't want to itemize every instance. It is very important to make only one row. Okay, sorry, I did not saw this, right? So now we have only one type of footing, but the total number of footings are 20. Okay, so but we don't have any mark for this foundation. Okay, but the one important thing is, if you go to the plan, you can see here we have two things. Okay, the one foundation, the axis is different for two types of foundation. There are two types of foundation, because you'll read this as length is 1.2 and width is 1.8, but here you will read length as 1.8 and width as 1.2. Okay, so there will be two types of foundations here. So again I will go back to schedule. Okay, I will go to sorting and grouping. I will here click itemize every instance. I will click OK. Now you can see my foundations have been separated. Now based on my uh, right. Okay, if I go to foundation plan, you can see here I'll just click on this foundation. I'll just mark it as F1, that is footing 1. Okay, so again I will click on this. I will just go and mark it as F1. You can see it is not showing me. I will just go to annotate tab and I will check here tag all. I will go down and there is structural foundation. I think there is no tag loaded, tag by category, since there is no tag loaded. So it will tell you to load the tag. So we'll go here. See, our tag category is, if I click on this foundation, I will escape. If I click on the foundation tab, we are in structural foundation. So we have to bring the tag that belonging to the structural foundation. Okay, I will go to annotate. I will tag by category. I will just click on the foundation. It will tell me to load. I will click yes. I will go back. I'll go to annotations. We have structural. So I will go to structural foundation. Maybe structural foundation. You can see here there is a structural foundation tag. So I'll just click and there is one more tag, structural foundation tag with elevation, which is very good. So I'll just click on this. I'll bring back. You can see I'm able to tag this based on my length, width, and depth. And you can edit this. If you go to edit family, you can just edit whatever your things are. You can just click on this. You can go to edit label. You have elevation at bottom. If I click here, if you go to edit label, you have type name. So based on this, you can just load whatever parameters you want for this foundation to be shown. But the basic important thing is here the width, and one more important thing is the mark. So you go to edit family. I'll just click on the tag. I'll just go to edit label, and I will add one more parameter, which is mark, which is not there. So I'll just click OK. You can see my mark has been here. I'll go to load in project. I will just click on override the existing version and its parameter values. So now you see, I think we don't have any. We have, but why it is not showing? Maybe it is getting merged. You go to edit type. You can just move this. There are more tags here. That is why maybe it is not appearing. See, there are more tags. No need to put this much of information in one. Okay. Don't know. There is mark here, but it is not appearing. I'll just go to edit family. I'll just go to create a label. I'll just click here. I'll go to mark. I'll just select here. I'll click OK. Now my mark has been created. I will go to load into project and OK. Now you see it came because of too many parameters. It is not coming. Alright. Okay. So now my footing is F1. Again, you can see I'll go to another tab. I will go to tag by category. I'll just click on this. You can see again my footing is F1. F1. See here we didn't give any mark. That is what is not coming here. Also we didn't give any mark. If I give this as, if I click on the foundation, I'll go down and I will just mark F2. The type of foundation is F2. So you can see my F2 mark will come here. So if I go back to the schedule, you can see the marks will be updated automatically. Okay, right? So if you have, for example, if you have made these two types of families, one you have created by the name only 1200 by 1800 by 450, okay, and one more is 1800 by 1200 by 450, then the name will appear in the foundation, okay, and the foundation width and length will vary. Okay, so based on the dimensions here, you can just put your mark here only. Okay, for example, you can put F here only, right? So no need to go back to your plan and make your marks for each and just clicking each foundation and making mark. There is no necessity of that. Just come here on the schedule, and based on your length and based on your dimension and family type and name, you can just make a mark, and this is your foundation schedule. So I hope you guys learned something from this tutorial. So I would like to tell you that please subscribe my channel, and our next topic will be create and modify the standard sheets. Okay, for example, I will show you. If you go to sheets, there is nothing here. So we have to create the sheets for these plans, schedules and everything to extract and print the documents. So thank you guys. So take care.